So, welcome to our next playthrough of Stellaris. Now, last time we were playing carnivorous rocks. As you can see, they are over... Okay, they are over here. We played these guys. These guys are basically terrivores. They eat everything they can find, and we did eat everything we could find. However, this time we're going to change it up a bit. Instead of eating everything, we are going to party everywhere. I welcome you to the Eternal Party Committee. Primary party people, the Knob Goblins, dedicated themselves to establish the biggest parties in the galaxy. Also, during a coke-induced orgy, they invented space travel and are now actually partying in space. Their non-stop parties have caused them quite the health issues. Usually a Knob Goblin dies early from a total organ failure due to all the drugs they consume. On the plus side, their everlasting orgies allows them to breed rapidly. Who knows what happened yesterday? We are playing these guys. Now, what kind of game are we playing and what are we going to do different since last time? A friend of mine notified me as he watched my last stream and just basically said this one thing. Slow down, you're playing way too fast, please explain more. And yes, accepted, I am probably playing too fast. I do know that I play, after you've played Stellaris for about 800 hours, you just click through all the menus as fast as you can without actually reading them. Who needs to read? We're just going to play on. However, this time it will be a bit different. This time I will be explaining more what I'm doing, why I'm doing this, and why I should or should not do it. Now, the big gimmick this time, instead of playing wide, as we did with these guys, we're going to play tall. And the first question immediately arises, what's wide, what's tall? Well, it's basically two different kinds of managing your empire. If you play wide, you want to conquer as much land as possible and drive your economy as hard as possible to sustain the everlasting, incredible empire sprawl deficit you get. But this time we're going to play tall, and tall means we're not going to have as large of an empire as usual. Instead, we are going to focus on only a few planets, and we are going to keep under our empire sprawl. As a reminder, with these guys we had an empire sprawl of I think 6,000. With these guys we're going to have an empire sprawl of maybe 100. We will see. So, what is the Eternal Party Committee in its internals? Well, we are a trade league, which means we have an increased administrative cap. However, as you can see here, our empire sprawl, if we go over the limit, we will bleed 50% more resources. We are also a mega conglomerate, which means our pups are more happy and we gain less war exhaustion. Also, we are free traders. We are going to push heavy on the trade value. We are also egalitarians, we love everybody, as we are also fanatic xenophiles, we really do love everyone. However, as I read in our biography, we are rapid breeders because of all the orgies. However, we are also fleeting because of all the drugs. Nevertheless, we are also wasteful because nobody cleans up after a party, and however, because we are always drunk, we are quite charismatic. Now, I have created a custom name list for these guys, so maybe you will see some fun names popping up once we play. So let's go in more. We're going to play on medium again because playing it on large does kinda... Wait, this game is not... Why? Is it because of my custom name list? No! Well, the good thing is we do not have that much of achievements to do anyway. I looked into the achievements today and noticed that the upcoming expansion, the achievements for the upcoming expansion are already in the game. So that's going to be fun. And last time we played on Commodore and found it quite easy. Admiral. Let's keep it on Commodore for now, because we had a easy start last time. because we had compatible neighbors, and by compatible neighbors I mean tasty neighbors, which we just ate. No advanced empire placement, clusters of Commodore. Yes, the rest is okay, I think. So, without further ado, let's go in. In the eons since the primitive knob goblin communities took shape in the meadows of the forest of Swagula 1, our civilization has spread and prospered. In the early days, our people were governed by primitive feudal realms and inefficient nation-states. Gradually, as global trade increased, the myriad of corporations, consortiums and guilds into which our merchants organized themselves grew increasingly wealthy and influential. After a period of conflict and rivalry, the most powerful of these entities banded together into a trade league with enough power over the economy to become the de facto world government. Now, after the discovery of the Hyperlane network, the finest minds of the Eternal Party Committee have finished development of their first hyperdrives, basically the orgy. That stars themselves are finally within our grasp. So, well, first thing you always do is you check your edicts. You do want to click Map the Stars because you do want to survey faster and you do want to find more anomalies. Policies. Policies are all your laws. Currently we have unrestricted wars, we are indiscriminate about our orbital bombardment, which is all fine. Our first contact is peaceful, our initial borderlands are opened. This one is a good one to change at the start. Food policy. You can go to nutrient plenitude, which means our population will eat more, however our population will grow more. And they will also be more happy. Ah, okay, nutrient plenitude. The mineral upkeep is for Leafoid, so... Economy policy, I usually keep it at mixed. You can switch it up to either civilian or military economy if you need more of one or the other. However, you do produce 10% less overall, so I keep it at mixed all the time. Trade policy, now this is the important one. We do not, as we are a small empire, we cannot build as much consumer good factories as we want. Instead, we're gonna switch it up to consumer benefits soon. Not at the beginning, as we do need the energy at the beginning first, but later on we will switch it up, which also means we will make less energy from trades, but we do not need that much because we're gonna make tons of it. And also, this is an idea if we want more unity. However, the consumer benefits outweigh the unity by tons. So we have that. Looking forward to robotic workers. We are going to allow robotic workers. No population control, no slavery, and no purchase. Now, first of all, let's take a look. Where are we? We are flat out in the middle. And if I see this will probably be exactly our region of space which we will be inhabiting. So, first of all, let's go to the edges. Our construction ship, which is called the IPS Cocktail Shaker, and our science ship is called the IPS, I probably fucked up the naming style sheet, so it has no name, but the IPS Cocktail Shaker will be making minerals up here. Come here. Also, our military fleet is called the First Party Expedition, and it consists of the IPS B-52, the IPS Nutty Irishman, and the IPS Slippery Nipple. I love these names. And this is our home planet, the Swagula 1. Oh, this is a shit. Well, he costs 50%, but this is a shit governor. Research! What do we begin with? More energy, more power, more lasers. Oh, if I have to choose one of these, let's go with more ship power. Planetary unification is very strong as I first researched because of the 2 extra monthly unity. And if we are going to have more power, well, let's go nanomechanics. These are also very good at the beginning, because you are going to research anyway, and 20% more is 20% more. And I think that's everything for the start. So let's roll out. We're going on fast speeds because I like to play on fast. And the game, yeah, at the beginning there isn't happening that much. Also, a good thing to do right at the beginning is make a second science ship. We're going to need it. Also, if you have noticed, we are playing in the Sol system. This is basically Earth. Where is it? There. It's our moon. And we will have a terraforming candidate over here. Size 13 planets.
Upscaling complete.
Good. You will immediately get one of these guys. These are good because they survey faster. So let's go. Ah, here.
Upscaling
now.
complete.
This science ship has a name. It's called the IPS Glenfiddich, which is one of the whiskeys which I have in my drinks. What's it called? In my bar. Let's call it a bar. So research is going. This is system, and we found our first dig site. What is it? 2 angles. The surface of and an abandoned gateway. Intriguing. All the things are happening. An ancient space station of some kind has been located at the edge of this of the Drusk system. The strong residual subspace signature that surrounds the station indicates it might be a gateway. Now I will come to the gateway soon. It's a normal gateway. However, we found a dig site. Dig sites are basically the same as anomalies. Hobgoblin xenologists have practically fallen over themselves to publish their takes on the recent findings of alien life. The fervent storm of scientific community has some negative yet temporary impact on the other fields. Dig sites. Let's maybe put it on normal speed, unless I will just get bombarded by messages. Dig sites are more complex anomalies. They have better rewards, however they take longer to dig out. Each dig site takes 90 days to complete an iteration. After each iteration you will perform a roll. Either have a breakthrough. Can I see it over here somewhere? No, I can see it.
Upscaling complete.
Until I have a scientist on there. Here. So the scientists will be churning out this dig site every 90 days. It will be a roll. The more clues you have, the better you roll, and the difficulty basically says which value you have to roll to get to the next stage.
Market outlier identified.
Ship sensors
Outlier identified.
Oh, what is happening? There's a significant amount of debris in orbit around this gas giant. Most of it appears to be from longer starships of various configurations. And ship sensors are picking up an unexplained pattern of interference in the Quampro system. Cool. And this dig site, the surface of the blah 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 blah, is utterly without precedent in all of exploration to date. Vast geological areas, from mountain ranges to the entire continents, are suddenly cut by shapes far too geometrically regular to be natural in origin. The otherwise natural-looking environments are suddenly broke by entirely flat plains, perfectly triangles, and sharply angled corners. Interesting. Now, of these dig sites, I only know 2 or 3 which outcome they will have, so I'm very curious what is this going to be. Also, let's speed it up again. And also, you can also make a research station. Now, do I want a third science ship? Yes, I do want a third science ship. It's not a bad idea to make 3 or 4 science ships at things in your first 5 years of your game, as these guys will be bumbling around in your system. Debris fields. The strong gravity well of Dusk 1 has pulled in a massive amount of space debris, which was formed a dense layer around parts of the gas giant. Most appears to be wreckage from a series of space battles fought in the system millennia ago. Scavengers have scoured the debris of valuable technology and artifacts, but we can mine it for minerals. The IPS is succeeded in isolating a signal embedded within the unusual pattern of interference of the quarter system. The signal is a song, a complex sonification of an advanced mathematical equation to be precise, and one that science officer Lauren Brown cannot see to get out of their head. Who or what they have composed the song remains unknown through its complexity and its incredible levels of technological sophistication regarding subspace harmonics. The signal's geodesic suggests at a point of origin outside of our galaxy. Curious.
Upscaling complete.
So much text. Oh, let's turn it on. Hello? There are a lot of minerals in this. And you are done. So let's get you. And you will survey here. Now, as I said, we're going to play tall, which means we cannot exceed our administrative cap of 50. Now, how fast will this administrative cap go up? For every system we put in a space
Market
station,
outlier identified.
it will go up by 2. A small rectangular object of the surface of the moon is deflecting all scanning beams like a mirror. Ooh, interesting. Research it. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9,
Upscaling
10, 11, 12
complete.
systems here, which would put us at an empire sprawl of 24 if we get all of this. Oh, it's put that star. Not much to do over here. And you are done, but you can't go anywhere. And we found some rare resources down here. We found exotic gases. Now, rare resources are important later in the game. At the beginning, they are not as important. You can use them to fuel your own ships. As you can see here, you can make your ships faster. You can give your ships a shield boost. With the other resources, you can enhance your sensors or deal out more damage. However, later on, you will notice that most of your scientific buildings, the advanced versions of it, do require gases as an upkeep, or even gases to be
Potential market survey completed.
Cannot start completed, but it's a very boring system. It will not be the first system I'm construction ship over. And we have our first tradition. Now, traditions. Where? Traditions allow you to get empire-wide bonuses on your empire. Usually at the beginning, expansion, discovery, and supremacy are great choices. Discovery will allow us to explore the galaxy faster, whereas expansion will allow us to make our first colonies quicker. And pop growth speed, these 10%, is very valuable. Also, there is an increased administrative cap here somewhere, over here. And once we have completed the whole thing, we can get an additional district in every planet. How big is my planet? It's 16, which is fine. Diplomacy is not required at the moment, as we do not know anybody. Harmony is more internal peace and stratum. Supremacy is quite easily just warfare. Prosperity is economics, and domination is administration. Both of them are very good at the beginning. Let's go with expansion first. Alpha Centauri, the Continental World 17 over here, which we do want. While conducting surface scans on Drisk something something, Science Officer Zuberi and the crew of IPS Glenfiddich discovered what appears to be an artificially carved slab of rock covered in an alien writing. They have not detected any other signs of alien activity on the moon, and exactly how this mural came to be here is a mystery. We have prepared a special project to translate the text.
Situation log revised.
Cool, please do. Perfect. Build a outpost here, which would also gives us access to the big site. Now, this is a black hole down here, so there could be an L-gate in there, which would be amazing. There could also be just basic death in here, which would be less amazing. And I should probably do something about these pumps who are not working. And the first thing we should build is more food, because we are running out of food. Trade value. Here in Proxima
Special
Centauri.
project actualized.
Oh, not in Proxima Centauri, on its moon? Weird. Science Officer Zuberi Malve has managed to partially translate the alien mural discovered on the planet. It's a memorial of an extinct alien race that once maintained a small interstellar empire in this region of the galaxy. They were apparently exterminated by the creators of the mural. A fact they seem to regret. Given that the mural has been dated to be in excess of 300 million years old, it's likely that the creators are also extinct by now. Amazing. So let's go into the ship designer real quick.
Upscaling complete.
Can you make mining station here and so back to the ship designer. I usually do not like these auto-generated. The first leak. I was laughing about the name. It's the Flaming Dr. Pepper. We have recovered artifacts from ancient alien civilization on this random asteroid. If what we have learned from these artifacts is correct, this civilization was some sort of confederation that consists of many different alien races. They call themselves the First League and appear to have coexisted in relative peace some 2 million years ago. Though the system lies in a region of space that seems to have made up the core territory, a partial map found among the artifacts increases that the First League may have covered a significant portion of our galaxy before.
Situation log revised.
Awesome. So, the Flaming Dr. Pepper. You get all of these. You get an auto upgrades. This will be correct. A new Corvette, please, with a guided system on it, and a laser, and some missiles. Auto-complete. And give it the red snapper
Upscaling
name.
complete. Upscaling complete. Future market survey complete.
Good. And let's get the third segment, which will be this picket ship. Auto-complete, almost. Bases only. Bases only. Give it a good name. It's a wonderful name. It's also a wonderful shot. So, how does Alpha Centauri do? Ooh, there is Titanic life on Alpha Centauri. It's amazing.
Outlier identified.
Sensors are reporting a number of possible points of interest within the
Market
dense
outlier
fields,
identified.
and there is precursor activity. However, handling the precursor activity at this point is probably too hard for us, as this is a level 10 anomaly. What am I missing? 21 influence, that's quite a lot of influence.
A system has been surveyed.
So you have one available job open, and we will wait for it to come over. Now, there isn't much in this system, which is kind of sad. However, I would like to have a third habitable planet, please. A closer scan of the debris field around Alpha Centauri B has led to the discovery of an airtight capsule containing an atomic clock that measures time with an unparalleled precision. It has a frequency. It has a frequency uncertainty so low that if it will be another 800 and well, a lot of years before it gains a single second. And it counts down to a date 24 years and 3 days away. Keep an eye on it. This can be either really good or really bad. Usually it's really good. And we found another strategic dark matter. Well, you usually get dark matter out of a black hole.
Future market survey complete.
And let's build this starbase.
Future market survey complete.
You're probably done, are you? Yes, you are. So let's take a look what's over here.
A system has been surveyed.
And let's survey like this. You survey like this. And while we're at it, these are 3 flaming Dr. Peppers, 3 kamikazes, and 3 snappers.
Upscaling complete.
And let's go with colonization fever. Impressive structures litter a small surface of Ibrisk. Let's research it. Okay, you finished up. Here, please. So, how is our first research? Now, I do hope that there will be another planet over here, or maybe here. I do hope that it will be a decent planet. We will definitely play with habitats. And we will definitely build a ring world somewhere. Probably in the system, maybe. We will see. Or in this system, building a ring world over here is just tons and tons of fun. Just imagine waking
Research
up every morning.
actualized.
Perfect. Let's go with powered exoskeletons. Just imagine having a ring world over here in the middle of a black hole, and every morning you wake up, you just see this gaping abyss, and you just go like, what? So there's no planet in here, which is kind of sad. Hope there's one in here or here. These structures on Obelisk are not what they believed it. It seems to be a playground or amusement park of some sort. Science officer Ting Wu notes that many of the contraptions are highly complex creations that we can learn much from to adapt. An answer may be cutting-edge sensor array or even a gigantic art installation. Perfect. already make a put it into because I have the alloys.
Potential market survey completed.
Efforts to map the surface of the planet have identified a strange mountain formation. Let's research it. And we're 5 years in, so let's pause the video over here and we will be continuing on next time.